are very, very similar. There is a great contrast, therefore, from those people who are able to borrow from mainstream creditors. Many people will be familiar with mainstream banks offering preferential rates, loyalty schemes, because they want to hold on to these customers, because they know these customers have alternative sources of credit. We could apply the banker's levy to the question of adequacy and ask whether these companies are acting in a way that is detrimental to consumers as a result, and therefore consider whether that lack of competition is detrimental to consumers and indeed detrimental to our economy. Many people have already spoken about their concerns that our banking industry at the moment is already overloaded and that therefore there needs to be more competition. I would argue there needs to be more competition in lending to those people who cannot access mainstream credit, and this is one way that we could achieve that. There is also the point about whether they cannot other people cannot borrow from other lenders as a result of these companies, because if a quarter of their customers can only use these high-cost credit industries, as a consequence, they do not build up evidence of being good borrowers that would allow them to use mainstream sources of credit, because these companies do not share the information that they have on their customers, making it incredibly difficult for customers to prove that they could use more mainstream sources of credit. The question of adequacy could also be put to the way in which these companies use rollovers and stepping up of loans to mean that borrowers are stuck using them. In particular, because they only lend often small amounts of money to begin with.
The Honourable is making a passionate point, but it's only very loosely associated with Amendment 9 to Clause 2, so I wonder if she could bring herself back to the clause we're actually discussing today.
I do apologise to the Chair if I'm not being clear that I see this in the consideration of point B within Amendment 9 and the wider regulation of the banking system, and the importance of trying to use the opportunity that the banker's levy presents to effect a positive impact on the way in which money is lent to those on low incomes.